Once upon a time, there was a kingdom. The king there had only one leg and one eye, but he was very intelligent and kind. Everyone in his kingdom lived a happy and healthy life because of their king. One day, the king was walking through the palace hallway and saw the portraits of his ancestors. He thought that one day his children would walk in the same hallway and remember all the ancestors through these portraits. However, the king did not have his portrait painted. Due to his physical disabilities, he wasn't sure how his painting would turn out. So, he invited many famous painters from his kingdom and other kingdoms to the court. The king then announced that he wanted a beautiful portrait of himself to be placed in the palace. Any painter who could carry out this task should come forward. He would be rewarded based on how the painting turned out. All of the painters began to think that the king only had one leg and one eye. How could his picture be made beautiful? It was not possible, and if the picture did not turn out well, the king might get angry and punish them. So, one by one, all of them made excuses and politely declined to make a painting of the king. Suddenly, one painter raised his hand and said, "I will make a beautiful portrait of you that you will surely like." The king became happy upon hearing this, and the other painters got curious. The king gave the painter permission, and he started drawing the portrait. Then he filled the drawing with paints. Finally, after taking a long time, he said that the portrait was ready. All of the courtiers and other painters were curious and nervous, thinking how could the painter make the king's portrait beautiful, because the king is physically disabled. What if the king didn't like the painting and got angry? But when the painter presented the portrait, everyone in the court, including the king, was stunned. The painter made a portrait in which the king was sitting on a horse on the side with one leg, holding his bow and aiming the arrow with one eye closed. The king was very pleased to see that the painter had made a beautiful portrait by cleverly hiding the king's disabilities. The king gave him a great reward. We should always think positively of others and ignore their deficiencies. We should learn to focus on the good things instead of trying to hide weakness. If we approach negative situations positively, then we will be able to solve our problems more efficiently.